it was the right place, and it was the place that gave me right now this kind of fluency that I...
Hello, hello. I'm so happy to be here. And I have a student that is not my student. No. But she's a learner. She's an English learner. And I love to have this conversation. We are going to start first with her name. And that's something that it's important because our names are very important. And when I try to tell her name, it's a mess. So in my opinion, so she's Mary, okay, for me, but or for
Okay.
us. But she's going to tell us a little bit about her. So first, can we start with your name, please?
Yes, my complete name is Meritxell Roig. Meritxell is a Catalan name. It's not a Spanish name, and it's quite difficult to spell for people who doesn't speak Catalan. And when I was younger, in the kindergarten, the primary school, when we start to write down our name, I was so upset with my parents because all the girls' names, Laura, Anna, Sonia, and I couldn't write down my name because of the X in the middle of the name, and that from the PC or the writer machine is not in the calligraphy. It was super complicated, and I am unable to do it. So I was to my parents, because I have that name, because I don't have a name that it was shorter.
And it's fun because I'm going to tell you, apparently, when I listen, I said, oh, it's easy. So I said, in the beginning, I said, Meritxell. And she said, no, it's not like that.
No.
So I start, Mary, so say that again, your name.
Meritxell.
Okay, Meritxell. And she said, no.
No.
She said, no.
When I was younger, then my friends said me Mary with the
Mary,
close.
yes, Mary, yeah.
Mary. And now I am Chell. Wherever I am,
Chell.
No, Chell. It's the no.
No, Tell. So that's happening in English. So we are not going to get here more complicated, but we are going to start with this. So, Mary, so tell us when you start learning English.
Wow. I started learning English in the school.
So how is English there? Do you have one class every day, English class, or how is the school there?
As I remember, because we are talking from almost 35 years ago. So as I remember, one or two classes a week.
One or two classes per week. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you remember? So do you think once you graduate from high school, you were able to speak in English with other people?
No,
at all?
Okay. All. And also when I did the secondary school, to enter to the secondary school that I wanted, I should choose between German and Italian. So
you didn't learn English at the time.
Yeah. And I learned German during 4 years, the secondary school. And during this time, I tried to combine by myself, not in the school. 2 days a week, I learn English, and 2 days a week, I learn German. But there are some words that are similar, and I have a mess up in my head. So I decided to left one of them, and I left English at that time. Then when I went to the university, I went to Germany, and I did an Erasmus program there.
Yes.
And after that, I didn't use German, and I didn't use English. And during all this time, these 20 years, more or less, I get the feeling that when I heard someone in my company talking in English, I get the feeling that they talk very well, that I couldn't talk like them. that I should to do something with my English, but I didn't do anything during all this time until last year. I decided to take action, and I start with a company that at that moment I didn't know that was from Russia. And I asked for a teacher that the only thing that I wanted to do, it was speaking. And I wanted anything about grammar or vocabulary. And I did this during 6 months. Then
So you took classes there?
Yes,
okay,
but once per week, only one hour a week. I was talking in English with a teacher.
Okay, I have a question here. So you took your classes. You decided that you didn't want to work on grammar or anything else. You wanted just conversation.
Exactly.
And you said like you didn't work on vocabulary, but how you could speak if you didn't have vocabulary?
Because I have vocabulary. I had a certain level of English, but I am not able to speak. And of course, when you are talking when I was talking with my teacher and they proposed me a topic to talk, I was learning inherent some words.
Okay, so that's something that I like, because also when you are learning English, you need to combine a little bit grammar. So even if you, especially when you have certain level that you are able to speak to someone, at that point, in the beginning, in my opinion, we don't need grammar. So we need the basic grammar. But then we need more grammar once we are more advanced, because first you need to just to lose the fear, to feel like, okay, I can speak, doesn't matter. At that point, you felt confident or no?
I don't feel the confidence that I feel right now at all. And I didn't like a lot these classes, because every 2 classes they changed my teacher and whatever, and it was not exactly what I was looking for at that moment. And
for how long did you take that classes?
I think more or less during 6 months.
Okay.
Yes. And then unfortunately start the Ukrainian war, and like this company was from Russia, they don't give more service to European people. And then it was the right moment on where all the stars are aligned, and I decided to say, okay, I will do it. I will join Tunu Sounds. And
Okay, first, so I'm sorry, she's going so fast, and I want to go a little slow. So, and what I'm talking is, you had some classes that you have conversation. Tell me what didn't work for you in that case. What didn't work?
First of all, because I have a different teacher every 2 or 3 weeks. I think that the problem is that I didn't feel free to speak with this kind of teachers or whatever. And another thing that I didn't like it is that they imposed every week a topic, and a topic that doesn't interest me. Because it was about business, about results, about whatever. And my goal in English is not, of course, if I can use my English to improve my job, it's perfectly. But it's not my first idea. My first idea is to be able to communicate with different people around the world.
Here we have some advantages and disadvantages. I'm going now to ask the advantages, something that she enjoyed about that classes, because remember, the coin has 2 sides, yes? And she said first, she spoke about like they have people from different parts of the world. So if you are a beginner, yes, sometimes it's important, or intermediate, sometimes it's important to stick with one person that you can understand. But if you are an advanced student, also that's a really good benefit, because you are going to push yourself, to stretch yourself to learn from different accents, because when you are on the street, so you can find different people. So I always said to my students, be in the place that you are not too comfortable, but not that you feel lost. Yeah.
Yeah, but at that moment, I don't feel like advanced
Yeah,
who speak
I got it.
advanced English.
Yes.
And then at that moment, for me, it was like every day or every week a different teacher. I didn't like it.
Yeah. Okay. So that's valid. That's the beauty of the difference. And I'm sure that some people that they would like that kind of programs. Just try to see what do you like. This interview, it's very nice because you are going to see different styles, different people, and that's wonderful because that's going to give you some ideas of what you can take or go through that, or something that you said, yeah, I agree with her, I don't like this. So that's great. Another thing, it's I agree absolutely with you 100% about when you learn something, it's important that you try to find something that you like, something that you are interested in. If someone is going, because are the words, the vocabulary that you are learning, are the words that you are going to practice. But if you have some words that you don't want to practice, so that you are wasting your time in that case.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So now tell me, what did you like about that course? What were the good things that you learned there?
That you can cancel the
Oh my God.
the lessons when you need without
Okay.
any call. And I think that
Okay.
it was that course should be appear in my life to finish and to have the other step that it was no sounds.
And that's something positive and very nice. Like sometimes we just need to start digging on different topics, on different people. So when you go to YouTube, when you go to Facebook, when you go to Instagram, you can find many, many people. Some you would like, some you won't. But I believe like everything is perfect. So everything is perfect. We learn from mistakes, from good things, from bad things. So we always learn here. So, and I like that. That's part of the journey. Okay. So, but now, so after all that things, you join Hadar. Hadar is another resource that I really recommend because her style, and something that Mary said is she didn't feel free in the course that she took. So tell me, how do you feel here, and why this is helping you to grow, to feel more confident, to improve your English?
I'm not sure what was the moment, because New Sounds is a program that it's have a duration of 3 months.
Yeah.
And it's a great demanding course. You to do this, you need to have time if you want to profit all the course. And I was a kind of person that when I took a commitment, I am so focused in, and I can do the things in the middle, you know. I start to talk with people that I've never met before, and I feel that I could do this with a lot of hardships, because at the beginning it was very difficult for me, because bueno, I remember the introduction video. It was like, wow. But today we are talking with Fred Silva that what the difficult is to recognize your own improvement.
Yeah, that's true. And something that you are saying, you don't need to wait until you are perfect, your English is perfect to start speaking with someone, or you don't need to be ready to get to that advanced course. You just need to go to the process. And in the beginning, it's hard, yes. So your experience, when you record your first video, do you remember, like, you publish the video? So how was that experience?
wow, the beginning was so hard. I think that it was not only the speaking, it was only how I feel and how the people can see me with my non-speaking language. I think I was like with shame, uh, with fear to make mistakes, but I see more or less how all these people support you in a beautiful way that I've never feel before, and that give me wings to say, okay, I can do it, I can go through this, and I will start to be more active. I take action. I decide to send a mail to my speaker partner to take the initiative of this. And at the beginning, nobody answered me. And I thought, wow, maybe you didn't write down well the email, or you bothered someone, I don't know, whatever, no? And one day I received a mail from women from Japan, and we start to a relationship that right now is a friendship, because we are talking almost 1 year ago.
Here I have more questions. I told you she goes so fast, so I need to go back again.
Yeah.
First, so you said about the video, yeah, in the beginning was difficult. So, but do you remember how many times did you record your first video? Or how many times you put on your head, like, I'm going to do it, I'm going to speak about this. So how was that process?
I think I record, if I don't remember bad, 2 or 3 videos. Because
Okay.
at the end, I
That's not bad.
said, I am a person that, as I feel that this community was safe, I decide don't waste some time, because then I can do a lot of things. And when I saw some videos, I thought, oh my gosh, they speak so good.
I love that.
I
love that.
I am not in a good place, but nothing that's not true and doesn't represent the reality, because after me there are some people who speak better or worse, but it was the right place, and it was the place that give me right now this kind of fluency that I need to improve, of course,
Yes,
but
guys.
I am in
And
the right
I
way.
like that you usually you start comparing yourself with people that are more advanced. And sometimes they are not that more advanced. Sometimes they know more about that topic than
Yeah.
you, because sometimes you have more vocabulary for other topics. So, and that's a good point. When you start speaking, I always said to my students, you need to be the first one to start speaking. Why? Because if you are the first one, you are going to get the control of the situation. So
Yeah,
you will feel more confident. But if you start after everybody speak, you will feel like you are behind, like you are only answering questions. And that's a good tip. The second thing, I want to ask her, so do you really think that your progress was because other people, because they support you, or was that you get more confident?
I think that are related. The support, I said always, that is like my fuel to following and to keep it doing. But it's true that I could have this fuel and don't take action. So I am responsible of my progress. At the beginning, I think the support, it's more important. But
Yes,
the community for me, it's a gift. It's the
yes,
best ever, and it's needed.
yes. And that's something that I love. I was listening something about focus. So when you want to do something, you need to focus. And what it focus means, F stands like first. So first, the first thing that I need to do. So if you really want to improve your English, go. So that's your goal. So what do you need to do? Listen you need to start
No.
speaking, because
Yeah.
that's the first thing that you need to do. So if your goal is to start speaking to some people, so you just need to start. The second is the outcome. So how I'm going to project myself. What is my outcome? What is the final end? So where I'm going. So that's important. And the C, so it's community. It's,
yeah.
You need to, so Mary said, like, she now, her English, it's more advanced, so she feels more confident because she has a community. But just remember something here. Everything that you give, you are going to receive, not from the same people, because you can give many good comments to people, and other people are going to give you the feedback or their opinion or their comments or whatever. So life is like this. It's a cycle. You give, you receive. You give, you receive. Not from the same people, but that's life, and that's important. When you join a community, it's important that you start comment people, because you never know who needs.
Of course.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of community.
No, I am the first. I am the first that right now that I am in another position, I try to push and comment videos that they have any comment, only to encourage them to
That's
follow
beautiful.
and keep doing, because it's so easy to comment videos that have 20, 40 comments, and all the people are focused in this video. But then there are some people that I'm sure that the effort that they need to do these videos is much bigger than the people who has 40 comments, and they need to have or to feel the support from the community to keep it doing.
Yes, and that's the beauty of the community. And so I encourage you to join one community, just to be part, and try to feel safe and try to help other people also. So that's part of the journey, and I like that. I have another question. So we focus in videos, but do you know what's your learning style? So how do you learn better? If you watch videos, if you listen, if you write, so how you can memorize, what's your learning style?
From now on, I try to take advantage of all the time that I dispose, and I use the commute time to practice English in my car. And right now I focus every week in a sound. For example, last week I focused on R, and I heard or I listen and practice this small audio from 10 minutes, I don't know, 15 times in a week, to try to nail this sound in my speech. And this is one. Another one is that in lunchtime, I try to speak with someone. For example, this month that we have this challenge 1-to-1, and if not, I record some videos from the community or from my speaking partners, because I record every single day videos from my speaking partners. So I have in my computer more than 300 videos only for the 3 months of new sounds.
So Mary, do you watch it again? How many times? Do you watch again all the videos?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. Okay. I'm scared to do this. I need to do it because I think that I will see improve there. But it's like
and not only because you are going to see improvement, it's because when you watch again, you are going to say, I missed this part, and you will never forget that part. So next time that you are speaking, you will correct that, said that word in a correct way, or that sentence, or use the proper sentence. You won't forget. And I'm going to tell you an example. I was in an interview, and I was telling about the way that I write my words here for my vocabulary. And instead of said forearm, this is a forearm, yes? Instead of said forearm, I said armpit, armpit. Oh my goodness. So, and that's this part. And I said,
Yeah.
oh my goodness. So that was the way that I said it. And I said, that's the
Yeah.
way that I'm going to learn. That's my lesson. And I will never forget that. Now I know that this is not my armpit. So I'm
Yeah.
absolutely. So, for
Yeah,
that
but
reason, to watch videos again, it's important.
I know the theory, but I don't have enough time to review all the videos. So I know that it's a good way to learn and could help me a lot. But I don't have more time, because then when I come at home, normally I have a speaking partner almost every day,
Wow.
and I speak more or less 1 hour. So
Wow.
I don't have too much time. And if I can, I try to watch some replay of some coach sessions, but it's very difficult. But sometimes
Yeah.
I
But you
can.
know, I love that. I love the partner also, because she's forcing herself to speak with another person. And nothing better than speak with someone that you trust, that you believe, and that you are just sharing experiences. So that's great.
I am focused more in speaking. As I said, I record the videos from my speaking partners. I speak with my speaking partners, and I record videos from the community, because I live in a non-speaking country, English-speaking country. And the only way that I have to speak is to do this kind of thing.
Okay, and when I ask about the way that you learn, your learning style, my perception is like you are very auditory, like you like to listen and to speak. And remember,
Yeah.
everything has connection. So when you want to improve your writing, you need to start reading. Reading and writing are very connected. And when you are when you start when you want to speak better, you need to listen and speak. If you only listen, you are not going to be able to speak, and if you only speak, you are not going to be able to listen. So it's the connection is very close. So I believe, like, yeah, you are more auditory. Yes, learner. Yeah, that's good.
Because,
Okay,
for example, at work, I am all the time hearing a podcast in English, some interviews. Now I am educating my ear to English that I've never before.
Can you give us some apps or things that work for you, apps or podcasts or resources that people can use to learn English that work for you?
I like the Influency Community podcast.
Okay.
I think there are some videos that are very, well, all of them are interesting, but there are some that could be very useful. Also the the Silva cast.
Yes.
For me, this podcast is amazing. Yeah.
Okay, because for example, English is a really good app. It's a website that you can use just if you want to improve your pronunciation, or also if you want to learn more idioms or things that you don't understand.
I use the word reference.
Okay, word reference.
Top Phonetics. It's a very beautiful website that you can find there the APA translator of the words. And it's perfect because if you know these symbols, you can read directly in a perfect way, because there is the all the APA. I love it. This, and after I have also natural readers.
Wow.
It's a web site that you can paste there a text, and you can choose the kind of accent that you want to hear, and you play and they read for you the
That's
the
a free
text.
app. That's
it's
an app or a website.
It's a website and Google Translator that I have there, but I don't use a lot. I use also sometimes Lingui.
Okay, so now we have more resources that we can watch, because that's, if I can ask you one tip or two or three tips for people that they are learning English, so what will be the best ones?
The first one is that if you struggle in English, doesn't matter, because in your mother language, you struggle as well. Another one is when you struggle in a word, in a sentence or whatever, always you try to say this thing in another word. So your brain, it's working so hard to find another way to express what you want to say. And this is a very good exercise. And later on, you can look for the word or the structure, but you have find the another way to say something that you want to express.
Yeah. And when you start learning English or speaking in English, you start translating in your head, yes?
Yes.
When you stop that?
There are moments that I am not thinking about what I am saying, that it comes out from my mouth and that's all. There are some times that I need to think how to say something, and then I translate from my mother language. But I try to think in English. For example, one thing that I do is when I want to post some video about some topic, the night before, I think about what I want to say, and I think in English. Obviously, in my mind, sounds all very fluent and very good,
yes.
but when
Yes.
it's the moment that I need to express myself, it's not the same. But right now I am talking and I am not thinking in my mother language. That's
and
true.
I love to,
Yeah.
like, you can figure out that, like, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. Because sometimes
Yeah.
we don't see our progress or we just think like, oh, we're, like we are
Yeah.
less or whatever. But no, you're doing great.
I am doing it. And I am there, and I am go for it, and I am trying to do things differently to try to challenge myself.
Okay, I think it's the last question that I want to ask you. How was Meritxell before learning English? Just putting this in this way. 1 year before, how was Meritxell and how is Meritxell now?
Wow, I think that I have changed a lot of things in my life, and not only from an English perspective, if not in a personal way. I struggle in some parts of my life, and I use the strengths that I get from English to try to face and to deal with personal things. My life changed completely in a lot of aspects, and have helped me a lot. And also I have in the community friends that have helped me in these struggles in my personal life. And but definitely the strengths that I get from the mindset helped me a lot to make some hard decisions, but at the end it seems that everything gonna be okay, gonna be all right. But yeah, in another moment, I think that I was not able to make some things that I did this year.
Wow. And that's beautiful. And I just want to say thank you. So I wanted to interview Mary because she's like us and I love her authenticity. Authenticity, yes. I love her vulnerability. Like she exposed herself in the way that she is. And I love that. You can see a genuine person. And thank you for sharing your stories with us, because doesn't matter. So she's the big example that you don't need to live in an English country just to improve your English. You just need to have your desire. Like you want to be better, you want to do better for the world, you want to be an example for other people, for her daughter, for other people around, because you never know who's watching you. You never know what life you are going to change. So thank you, Mary. So, and I hope
Thank you,
everybody
Linda.
learns something here, and see you in the next interview.
Thank you, Linda, to having me here with you.
My pleasure.